Right now, choose any new 20 Mazda and get 0% for 60 months, plus 90 days deferred payments during the Team Mazda upgrade event happening now at Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, business owners. Phase 3. Woohoo! But do your customers know you're back? Well, that's where the Clarence Bugg Show and Pelican Broadcasting can help. Right now, we've got great rates on advertising packages to help you get the word out. Shoot me an email at bugsclarence@gmail.com. Or better yet, call me up. I'd love to talk with you. 225-485-6839. Let's get together and make Phase 3 the best it can possibly be.
In her tenure, the mayor-president has spent almost $4 billion of our taxes. She's had so much, but done so little. We're near the top nationally in revenues collected, but rock bottom in quality of services. Pay more, get less. That's failure. I'm Jordan Piazza. I'm a small businessman, not a career politician. With impressive new ideas, bold conservative management, and plenty of energy to eliminate politics, we can renew our success. And trust me, we will.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hello and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bugg Show / post Zeta edition of the Clarence Bugg Show. We'll talk about Zeta a little bit later on in the show, but we start today's show with one of my favorite people in all of law enforcement. Now, Chief Murphy Paul, don't get jealous. Don't get mad at me, brother. Gino Coppola, don't y'all get mad at me. He's just one of my favorite people.
Don't forget about Chad.
And Chad, yeah, Chad too. We're gonna talk about Chad a little bit later on. Lieutenant Craig Russell with the BRPD and the 2020 Gulf Coast Brotherhood Ride. Seems like this rolls around faster and faster every year, Craig.
Unfortunately, it does, and especially if you're in the planning process.
Yeah.
It rolls around fast. It's a tremendous event and a great group of people involved that helps with the planning.
So for those that don't know, that are not familiar with it, what exactly is the Gulf Coast Brotherhood Ride?
The Gulf Coast Brotherhood Ride is a group of first responders, either active or retired, that cycle every year to honor our fallen first responders from years past. Our goal is to remind the families and the communities and the department that everyone else in the country hasn't forgotten the sacrifice that they have made.
Awesome. Now, when you say ride, most of us lay people, ordinary folks, we say bike ride, we either think a motorcycle or we think we get on our bicycle, we take a couple of streets around the neighborhood or whatever. This is not that kind of ride, is it?
No, sir. It's definitely it's a bicycle ride, but that's one of the common questions we get asked. When we call to get support in a community, it's how many motorcycles are going to be involved in it.
Right.
And we have to tell them, no, it's road bikes that we traveled this past year, 5 days, right at 450 miles is the plan.
Wow.
The first day we did 103 miles from Summerall, Mississippi to through Brookhaven to Liberty.
Right.
With about 3,200 feet of climb.
Wow.
Yes. Mississippi's got some hills.
Now, I remember my first year helping you guys publicize this, and I think it might have been the second year that you all were actively involved. But at the time, if memory serves correct, it was the Texas Brotherhood Ride to Remember. Now we look and we're starting in Mississippi, correct?
Correct.
Has it expanded, or are there more, or is this all just tying together all the various rides?
It's independent groups that are working together.
Awesome.
From Texas, came through Baton Rouge several times. Our good friends in Texas, and from there we had involvement from Alabama, Orange Beach Fire Department, and we had talked about starting our own ride, so we started the Gulf Coast Brotherhood Ride.
Nice.
In the past, we've had Texas riders, and many of the Gulf Coast riders will go over to Texas and support it. This year, Kentucky started a group, and Kentucky riders came down to participate in our ride.
Nice, nice. So what do the proceeds go toward from the Gulf Coast Brotherhood Ride?
100% of the proceeds, money raised by the riders, is divided amongst the families that we honor that year, of the families that have fallen. There's no salaries. Nobody gets paid.
Right.
And to grow an event, sometimes you have to do that. But in our event, we're able to do it this way through the help of first responders and the retirees that come out and help us plan this out.
We are blessed in South Louisiana and this state in general to have people by the thousands that truly appreciate law enforcement, what it means and what it does to us, for us. That being said, how can us regular folks contribute to this awesome cause?
Our website, GulfCoastBrotherhoodRide.com, or you can find us on Facebook under Gulf Coast Brotherhood Ride.
So who from the Baton Rouge area is going to be riding this year?
Oh, we've got the East Baton Rouge Parish crew that's always there. And they're Captain Craig Bruyette. Chad, our friend Chad's not riding this year, but he does support logistics. Keeps the ride moving. Cade Babin, Captain Timmy Browning. We had a trooper, Louisiana State Police. It's a large group. St. George Fire Department's involved. We've had Baton Rouge Fire Department involved in this in the past. We've rescheduled this because of COVID and conditions a couple times. So the riders that were originally scheduled, some of them couldn't make it. With this ride, at the time of planning, we had to reduce numbers to make sure we stayed in compliance with all guidelines through 3 different states, through 3 different areas. So in addition to planning this ride, we were constantly monitoring the guidelines set forth in each community to make sure that we were under those numbers, that we were respectful of such events.
Most of us, LT, cannot begin to imagine riding a bike 450 miles over the course of 5 days. What is something like that like from somebody who's been there and done that?
We still wonder. Every year I don't imagine myself doing this, and I say that I have to do this. The other guys on the team are motivated by our cause. They train when they can. This year has been a crazy year for training. Between work schedules and storms and everything else that's going on in law enforcement, it's made it very difficult. But you get out there, you look at the names on the jersey, on the back of your shirt, and you pedal, and you keep pedaling, and you pedal till you reach your mission.
You've been doing this for a while now. Does it ever get old?
Yes. Yes. What gets old is having to honor senseless losses in our first responder community. The meeting the families, it's a pleasurable sorrow because I can't put myself in their shoes. I don't know what they've been through, but we want them to know that we care.
Like I mentioned, you've been doing this for a while, and I distinctly remember the very first time I had the opportunity to help publicize this event. It was the Texas Brotherhood Ride, and the year after that, one thing that stuck out in my mind, LT, you talked about the small towns. I think it was the first year I was affiliated with publicizing this, you all stopped in my late mother's hometown of Eunice, Louisiana.
Yes.
And they rolled out the red carpet for you guys, for the sleeping arrangements, the food, the hydration, the whole nine. Is that one of the things that's still most pleasurable for you, is going through small town America and seeing that appreciation that you have?
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, you mentioned Eunice. One of the first messages we got this year when we started planning, are y'all coming through? What do you need?
Wow.
That was the,
Wow.
and we had to say, fortunately, unfortunately, we're
Right.
not coming through
Right.
that area. Our route has us taking a different path.
Right.
Yes, we saw that as soon as we started putting this ride together. Craig Bruyette with the Sheriff's Office reached out to Summerall, Mississippi. Wasn't sure where that was at
Right.
when it was first mentioned. Then we stopped in Liberty. And when I looked at Liberty on the map, I said, we're going to struggle. We're going to
Right.
struggle here. This is a small community.
Right.
We did not.
Wow.
The Liberty Church of Prayer, the Liberty community came out, great accommodations, took care of us, made a donation, and sent us on their way. They blessed us when we arrived.
Right.
They took time to share in prayer with us when we
Awesome.
left, asking for a blessing on our travels into Baton
Awesome.
Rouge. So small town America is still out there strong.
Yes, sir.
And the support is there, but we still see the support in the bigger cities.
Yeah. Yeah.
We see the support going up and down the road. Cars blowing their horn, waving, stopping when we're on the side of the road, asking, what is this?
Right.
Information about it. So it's tremendous.
How much inspiration does it give you, and does that translate, that inspiration, does it translate into physical energy when you're passing through towns and folks are out waving, they're honking their horns, they're shouting encouragement? Does it help any?
Oh, yes. And you definitely can't quit then, and you try to perk up.
Right.
Sometimes you'll see a camera out there you try to suck in, or at least I do, suck in a little bit in
Right.
a spandex suit.
Right.
But it does motivate the team. Of course, the people on this ride, the entire team is motivated.
Right.
It takes motivation to plan for this, to leave your family, to
Yeah.
leave your extra jobs for a week to go out and honor our brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
first responders.
What is it like telling a family that you're going to be gone for 5, 6, 7 days? You're not actually working a detail. You're not actually pulling a shift, but you're doing something like this. What is the family's response to this?
They're positive because we keep getting to do this, and you make those arrangements, and you work extra prior to this. You work extra getting back.
Right.
But this is part of why we serve our communities. This is just an extension.
Right.
The team is just an extension of what they've done for a career.
Yeah.
So this is a logical step. This is a logical event to participate in for first responders.
We often hear, LT, the phrase, the law enforcement family. This is probably one of the best examples you will ever get, is it not, of the fact that it truly is a family?
This is not just law enforcement, though. Don't
Well, yeah,
get
first
me in
res-
trouble.
first
Don't get me in
responders.
trouble
Yeah, good
with
point.
Baton
Good
Rouge
point.
GMS. Don't get me in trouble with our firemen, Jefferson Parish
Yeah.
Fire Department.
I should have said first responders family.
They're going to be showing up in just a minute. You're
Yeah.
going to have to greet them at the door. But it is truly a first responder family. Unintended consequences of this is relationships that are built, networking that goes on,
Right.
connections through doing our job,
Yep.
and coming back home to serve your community.
Yep.
And you need something in another jurisdiction. I know who has that. Let me call this guy at Kenner PD.
Right.
Let me call Orange Beach PD and see if they have this. Do they have anybody who knows about this?
Right.
Do they have this piece of equipment?
Uh-huh.
Did you attend this school? How did y'all handle this? Through fire, EMS. It's a networking.
Right.
That makes us stronger when we come back here to serve our local communities.
Once again, if you would give our viewers, LT, how they can donate to this worthy cause and how they can step up and help this absolutely awesome effort.
There's Facebook page, Gulf Coast Brotherhood Ride. There's our web page, same thing. Or if you're here locally, Saturday, come out to Estruma Brewing. We've partnered with Baton Rouge Bike Club in the Buddy Ride.
Okay.
And they're doing a fall ride with some of the proceeds benefiting the splitting between the Buddy Ride and the Gulf Coast Brotherhood Ride.
Awesome.
Saturday morning, registration is open at 7. Today is the last day before registration fees go up. There's a 20, 40, and 60-mile ride. Estruma Brewing Farms is a family-friendly location.
Awesome.
Things to do. It's going to be a great time. It looks like we have great weather. Get your yards cleaned up. Do a little bit of raking that you have from the storm.
Right.
And come out Saturday. Bring your bike. Bring your family. Bring your friends. And come out and participate at a community event.
One thing I know about our audience, they don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. And if ever there was a cause worthy of your support, guys, girls, this is it. And as always, we never ask, understanding COVID-19 and everybody's employment situation, we get all that. We never ask that you give until it hurts. All we ask is that you give. Murphy Paul, Don Capola, Gino, y'all know I love you, but this is the man right here. This is the man. Lieutenant Craig Russell with the BRPD and the Gulf Coast Brotherhood Ride to Remember. As always, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
God blessings on you and yours. First break of the hour, we're back with more with the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bugg Show here on the Pelican. Stay close.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
You could be driving. Right now, during the Team Honda Upgrade event, get a new 20 Accord Sport for just $309 a month with no money down, no first payment, and no security deposit. It's time to upgrade to your new Honda at Louisiana's #1 new car dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
By all standards, he is a champion for consumers. Because of Public Service Commissioner Eric Skrmetta, our utility rates are 35% less than the national average, the lowest in all of America. He saved ratepayers over $8 billion. Commissioner Skrmetta brought us more reliable power plants and energy-efficient solar fields. Public Service Commissioner Eric Skrmetta. Keep the commissioner who keeps our rates low.
Welcome back to the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bugg Show. is the day after Zeta. And very dear friend and a member of our crew, Jonathan shared some video with me this morning from, he lives in Jefferson Parish. And man, you talk about absolutely crazy. He had before and during video of Zeta coming through, and then when the eye passed over. And it's you hear about it all the time. Every now and then you get to see video, but it's a very stark reminder of the power of Mother Nature, and just how eerily awesome it is. Now, all that being said, officials in Jefferson Parish are urging folks there to please fight that urge to want to go out and look at damage. It's, I guess it's just a part of the human experience. Chalk it up as human nature. You see it all the time. People driving down the interstate or driving down a highway, and there's a horrific crash. And you don't really want to see death and destruction, but you slow down anyway. You know, the looky-loos and people, wow, what is that? And they're slowing down and they're holding up traffic and the whole nine. It's just a part of human nature. But folks there in Jefferson Parish, officials there, are assessing the damage, preparing to begin storm debris pickup and the like, and they're asking, please, y'all, resist that urge to get out and go and look, you know, around the neighborhood, around the city, around the parish, things of that nature. It is a double-edged, actually a two-pronged, I should have said, sword, in that one, down the power lines, propose a very serious danger. And if you are talking about areas where there's lots of debris, power lines can very easily be hidden. And the ultimate tragedy would be to survive the wrath of the storm, only to turn around and lose one's life because of, I just want to see what happened. That is a needless waste of human life. So please, y'all, avoid that inclination to do that. Another, and actually it's a triple-pronged sword. The first is down the power lines. The second, because there is such a widespread outage of power, most major intersections, red lights aren't working. And you know us Louisiana drivers, and I know y'all will accept this in the spirit that it's given. We can't drive on perfectly clear, dry days with all the red lights working. Throw into that debris-covered roadways, red lights that are not working, and individuals that don't understand when you come to an intersection and the lights are out, you treat it as a four-way stop. It's amazing the number of people that are in possession of a driver's license and don't understand the basic rules of the road. So stay off the roadways, if at all possible. Also, folks in Jefferson Parish, the officials there, are asking that you please limit your use of warm water, unless and until further notified. It's something that they shouldn't have to ask, but you know, for every one person that does the right thing, there are going to be two others that won't. If at all possible, unless it is an absolute emergency, please, y'all, stay home, stay off the roadways, and avoid using warm water if at all possible. Again, lots of area roadways, down trees, down power lines, traffic signals aren't working. It's just a hazardous, if not treacherous, situation all the way around. Sadly, we are, at last check, reporting 3 deaths so far directly attributed to Hurricane Zeta. Louisiana, Mississippi, and Georgia, all included in that death toll. And at last check, I can only imagine the number is going down. When I left home this morning, roughly shortly before 9, the number was just over 300,000 homes and businesses without power, which means, y'all already know where I'm going with this, a lot of folks are going to be relying on their portable generators. It's a fact of life. It is something that is part and parcel to where we live. Hurricane season, power outages, portable generator use. I will personally be so very happy when we arrive at a point where we can go through hurricanes and we don't have to worry about putting out words of caution about proper generator use. We saw it very explicitly in the aftermath of Hurricane Laura. Almost as many people dying from improper generator use as from the fury of the storm itself. It's and listen, y'all, I know, Clarence, I've been using this thing for X amount of years. Well, if you've been doing it wrong, thank God when you go to bed tonight that you've managed to still make it through all of this. And for those that may be new at this, you saw that you were directly in the path of, so you went out and you bought that generator. This will be your first time using it. Hopefully, you also took the advice of buying a fire extinguisher and a carbon monoxide detector, because unfortunately, so many people, and guys, listen, I do it on occasion too. Instructions, I don't need no stinking instructions. I know how this thing's supposed to work. And then the next thing you know, you end up on the Clarence Bugg Show or the official death toll from improper generator use, okay? Your family needs you. They need you there. We need you as a community. Take those few extra minutes and familiarize yourself. There is a reason why there are manufacturers' suggested methods of operation. And if you're not going to do it for yourself, if you're not going to do it for your family, let me encourage you to please do it for those brave line men and women that are out attempting to restore power to the over 300,000 people that are without power. If you hook this generator up wrong and you backfeed that current into the system, those men and women out there on the bucket trucks that are out there attempting to restore power, you could electrocute them. So by all means, y'all, safety is the operative word here. And it's bad enough the damage that you're dealing with, but we want it to stop there. We don't want your memories of 2020, and particularly Hurricane Zeta, to be a tragic loss of life behind something that could very easily have been prevented. It's too easy to do it the right way. And when all is said and done, I understand. Clarence, you got to realize, fortunately, this is one of those rare instances where in the immediate aftermath of a hurricane, it's not hot, humid, and muggy. Today, I mean, you stepped outside today, it's like, man, now it feels like fall outside. Fortunately, you don't have to worry about the heat and humidity. bearing down on you with no power. But all that being said, that is still no excuse, no reason for you not to observe the proper safety protocols. Let's hope that this will be one of the rare instances where there will be absolutely no report of any death other than from the fury of the storm. It's a goal that we should all strive to achieve. And the fact of the matter is, these things can happen in the blink of an eye. Trying to refuel a hot generator, and of course, boom, you got a fire. Having it too close to the house, underneath the eaves, the overhangs. Next thing you know, carbon monoxide poisoning, something that gives you no heads up whatsoever. These are things, a goal that we can all strive for, that we will not have a single person lose their life from Zeta other than from the fury of the storm itself. It's a laudable goal, but more important, it's something that is so easily achieved. Let's hope, y'all, that Zeta will be the one that we can say we only had a loss of life because of the fury of the storm and nothing else. Bottom of the hour break. Let me bang this one out. We'll come back and talk more with you right where you've got it on the Thursday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show, here and only here on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Jaguar Nation, we need your help in masking up Louisiana.
Masking up us slow the spread of COVID-19.
During this time, we must continue to wear a mask, wash our hands, and practice social distancing.
It's important that we continue to abide by the CDC's guidelines to stop the spread.
Jaguar Nation, we challenge you to mask up.
Go Jags!
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Today's the day to score thousands in savings on a new Toyota during the upgrade event at Team Toyota. Choose the all-new redesigned 2020 Highlander and get $1,750 customer cash. Let today be the day you score thousands in savings at Team Toyota, I-12 at O'Neill.
During COVID, many local businesses have been treated unfairly. The big box stores continue making money, but not many of our local businesses. I know firsthand. As your mayor president, I'll fully open the economy while protecting the vulnerable. But I want our people and businesses back working again. I'll not rest until we change our economy with new, innovative, and larger businesses with greater payrolls.
A clear leader for unclear times. Jordan Piazza, Mayor President.
We can succeed again, and trust me, we will.
welcome back to the Thursday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show. You may well remember, I guess it was sometime in the last month, probably around 3 weeks to a month or so, we told you all about an important program for an important segment of Louisiana's economy. We talked about a COVID-19 relief program for folks in the fisheries industry here in the great state of Louisiana. That program had been set to expire, at least the application portion of that had been set to expire coming up on Monday. But as you can probably imagine, with all the stuff that we have been through here in South Louisiana, fortunately for the good folks in the fisheries industry, that program has been extended. Jason Dewey is the biologist director with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries and joins us for this segment of the Clarence Buggs Show. Jason, my friend, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, sir.
I know you'll accept this in the spirit that it's given, but we got to stop meeting like this, Jason. So,
I hear you.
What's the new deadline, Jason?
Okay, because of the impacts of Hurricane Laura and Delta, the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries is extending the application deadline for the LDWF CARES Act application to November 23rd at 11:59 p.m.
Okay. Now, for those that are not familiar with it, let's give them a refresher, if you will, of what this program is and what it's all about.
Okay. Well, earlier this year, Congress passed the CARES Act, which provided $300 million in funding assistance to saltwater fisheries affected by COVID-19 pandemic. Of the $300 million, Louisiana received $14.8 million.
Okay.
Now, Louisiana has chosen to address the economic losses through direct assistance payments to eligible applicants who can show a 35% loss compared to the previous 5-year average. Eligible applicants must be at least 18 years old and a resident of Louisiana, or if they're a business, they must be domiciled in Louisiana, and they must have participated in the saltwater fishing industry in 2018 or 2019 as either a commercial fisherman, a commercial vessel owner, a charter boat captain, a seafood dock processor broker, or in a federally recognized Native American tribe.
Okay. So how can these individuals go about the application process?
Okay, the application is available online at the department website, which is www.wlf.louisiana.gov, page CARES Act assistance.
All right, now just in case there were some folks that were scrambling to grab a little piece of scratch paper and a pen, give that web address and those instructions again, if you would, please, Jason.
Sure. To access the application, you can go to www.wlf.louisiana.gov/page/CARES Act assistance.
Fantastic. Do you anticipate, Jason, the damage from Hurricane Zeta impacting this program at all, or is it too early to tell just one day removed?
It's too early to tell at this point, but we are having those discussions as we speak.
I've got to imagine that in times like these, 2020, with all that's gone on with COVID-19, with hurricane after hurricane after hurricane, I've got to imagine, but I'll ask you, how important is it that we look for right now and only purchase seafood that's been caught, grown, and harvested here in Louisiana, Jason?
Oh, it's very important. I mean, it's the #1 method of supporting the culture of the Louisiana fishermen, and they have a great product available. So it's best to go out there and look for the Louisiana brand.
I've got to imagine that there are any number of fishermen that are bilingual and may even have, because I know we have a fairly sizable Vietnamese fishing community here in the state of Louisiana as well. Does Wildlife and Fisheries offer any assistance in navigating the process for these individuals as well?
Yes, sir. For language assistance, folks can contact South Central Planning and Development Commission at 1-800-630-3791. They offer application assistance as well as language assistance.
Fantastic. Jason Dewey, the biologist director with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Thank you so much for the time, my friend, and more important, thank you all for caring enough about this particular industry in our great state to extend this program. And we'll check back in with you. I'm sure your office will put out a notification if, in fact, because of Zeta, there is a further extension or any other programs to help in that regard. Is that a plan, Jason?
That sounds like a plan. Thank you, sir, for getting the message out.
You're quite welcome, my friend. Stay safe out there. Jason Dewey, another good guy with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Listen, y'all, I cannot stress enough how important it is this year more than any other. I mean, on any given year, any year other than 2020, the seafood industry in Louisiana, I don't want to say it has a built-in cushion to, quote, pardon the pun, weather the storms, but when you add up COVID-19 and you add up all the hurricanes we've been through, particularly when you're talking about one the size and ferocity of Laura, our fishermen are hurting, y'all. And as Jason mentioned, certainly we all know the financial impact that the seafood industry has on the economy in the state of Louisiana. That's one thing. But looking further than that, it's also important to our culture here in Louisiana. I have often had people ask me, and I've often thought about, if a job offer came along and it was one of those too good to pass up opportunities, but it was out of state. If I took that job, what would I miss most about Louisiana? Every single time I entertain that question, in the top two things of things that I would miss, it's the seafood. It's easy to get spoiled. It's easy to become jaded. It's easy to think, well, everybody's got it like we've got, right? I mean, everybody can jump in the car and run to Tony Seafood and get the big old luscious jumbo shrimp, and they can go to Tony Seafood and get the fresh flounder and catfish that's so fresh it was swimming right before you got there and picked it out. I mean, every state has this, right? Wrong answer. Wait, you mean to tell me, Clarence, not every state I can go to a store and get 10 pounds of hot mud bugs and an ice cold one? Nope. Not everybody is so fortunate. And there is truth to the old adage that you don't miss your water till the well runs dry. Just imagine not being able to get that fresh Louisiana seafood. Just imagine having to, look at every package when you sit down to make that etouffee. Just imagine every package in every store that you went to, there's a label imported from China. Now listen, I understand everybody thinks if there's water anywhere near their state, they think their seafood is the best. Well, I'm here to tell y'all, the rest of the country, English teachers, here we go, in 3, 2, 1, ain't got nothing on Louisiana. And it would truly be a shame. I mean, natural disasters are one thing. There are certain things in this experience that we call life that are beyond our control. Can't do anything about it. It's a natural disaster. It was going to happen no matter what. But just imagine how sorrowful it would be if our seafood industry were to disappear primarily or due in large part to the fact that Louisiana folks didn't support it. That's something that is totally and completely within our control. So now more than ever, I encourage y'all, please, when you make it a point, the next time you're going out to buy some seafood, and if there's any doubt in your mind whatsoever, ask the merchant. Look at the label. If it is not caught, harvested, raised in Louisiana, keep looking. Keep looking. It won't be hard to find. It's out there. And at the end of the day, not only do our hardworking fellow Louisianians that are in the fisheries industry deserve it, it is actually our culture that's at stake. Would you want to be the one to explain to your grandkids why you can no longer go to your favorite store and buy crawfish during crawfish season? I didn't think so. Final break of today's show. We're going to bang this puppy out, come back as we always do, put that big old pretty bow on it, and wrap up the Thursday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show, here and only here on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Surprise, something good has finally happened in 2020. Yours truly, the Clarence Buggs Show, gets to be with you every day of the week. That's right, 11 to 12 every weekday. And of course, the Exiles right in front of yours truly from 10 to 11, yours truly 11 to 12. So now it's appointment viewing. 5 days a week here on the Pelican. The Clarence Buggs Show. The only thing missing is you.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show. You know, I know full well that it is probably all happenstance. It just worked out this way. But it's so good to see. Louisiana has fared very well in recent memory under the Trump administration as far as high visibility positions are concerned. Most recently, the obvious, Amy Coney Barrett nominated, confirmed as the newest member of the highest court in the land. Well, it was announced this week that a graduate of the Southern University Law Center has been nominated by President Donald Trump to become a member of his administration. Reading from the website of our friends over at the ABC affiliate here in the capital city, WBRZ, on Wednesday, President Donald Trump announced that Shana M. Broussard of Louisiana has been chosen to become a member of the Federal Elections Commission, also known by the acronym the FEC. Broussard currently serves as the counsel to FEC Commissioner Stephen T. Walther. Previously, Shana Broussard was an attorney advisor for the Internal Revenue Service and was a deputy disciplinary counsel at the Louisiana Attorney Disciplinary Board. She also served as a New Orleans assistant DA. During her career at the Federal Elections Commission, Shana Broussard received the Outstanding Performance Award in both 2011 and 2014. Shana Broussard graduated from Dillard University, where she got her Bachelor of Arts degree and earned her Juris Doctorate from the Southern University Law Center. For those of you that don't know, the FEC, Federal Elections Commission, is an independent regulatory agency that is charged with managing and enforcing federal campaign finance law. The FEC has jurisdiction over the financing of campaigns for the United States House of Representatives, as well as the United States Senate, the presidency, and the vice presidency. Shana Broussard, by the way, would also be the first black commissioner in the 45-year history of the Federal Elections Commission. It is yet another glowing example of how President Donald Trump sees America, how he looks across racial, gender lines and attempts to find what he sees as the best person for the job. Now, I am assuming that Ms. Broussard already knows the slings and arrows that will come her way. We all know how the media has treated President Trump and how they go out of their way to find a gender and or color angle in everything he does. But I'm sure with all that she's been through, her years with the DA's office, with the IRS, with the FEC, she knows full well that she's going to have to be a big girl and deal with these things. But it is yet another example, And listen, y'all, he's made no bones about the fact that he's got an affinity for Louisiana. We all know how President Trump feels about Louisiana. And at the end of the day, this will be two examples for young girls, young ladies, females in our great state, where so many times we find ourselves, sadly, at the top of the bad lists and the bottom of the good lists. But in just this year alone, 2020, our young females will have something to aspire to. The older females will have something to be a little more proud of, as in just a matter of months, under this current administration, we get on the highest court in the entire land a Louisianian. And we get, for the first time in the 45-year history of the Federal Elections Commission, we get a black female and a black American on the FEC. It's amazing. And you've heard me say before how politics makes strange bedfellows. You've heard me say before that some things are simply meant to be. And at the end of the day, I don't care what you want to attribute it to. I will leave that up to you. But Clarence, he only doing that to get votes. I'll leave that to you to decide. Because there's always the possibility he simply thought this was the best person for the job, just like he did with Amy Coney Barrett. I mean, I would like to think if the guy's playing politics with this, you go to a state that's a heck of a lot more important as far as the electoral vote count is concerned than Louisiana, and find somebody there to appoint. Just saying. Just saying. Regardless, another, in 2020, with everything going on, another opportunity for Louisianians to be proud of a fellow Louisianian that's doing and will do even more great things. My time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But this day, more than any other, I give it to you. You're right. America, we're not perfect. But doggone it, for my money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you know he loves you. And I hope you know that I do too. Then again, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you soon. God bless.